Gravity of past ties, safety first for those rebuilding beyond violence. Attraction and association, a precarious gravity. Some people, by history, habit, or circumstance, draw toward them a particular kind of company individuals who traffic in violence, intimidation, or the darker trades that prey on vulnerability and trade in torture. That gravity isn't always about choice. It can be the residue of old reputations, informal debts, shared survival strategies, or the narrow local economies that kept them afloat. Whatever the cause, the presence of those associates changes the texture of everyday life for the person trying to rebuild and for everyone around them. Safety as the first principle. When the orbit of a reformed life overlaps with dangerous networks, the conversation must start and end with safety. That means protecting potential victims, shielding families and neighbors from intimidation, and supporting the person who wants to stay on a lawful path. Compassion for someone's hard work to reform does not trump the need for clear boundaries, transparent community safeguards, and practical steps that reduce risk for everyone involved. The arc of reform. Why people change: fatigue, family, age, moral reflection, or the practical need for stability push many to leave offending behind. Work required. Reform means rewiring daily habits, creating lawful livelihoods, and often doing long-term therapeutic work to manage triggers and guilt. Identity rebuilding. The old status and belonging must be replaced with roles that feel honest worker, parent, neighbor, so the person has reasons to stay the new course. Lingering ties and risky associations. Networks persist. Criminal worlds are social networks. Leaving completely is rare because relationships, favors, and shared histories keep people connected. Unmentionable associates. Some reformed people still move in circles that include violent or for-hire actors. Mere proximity can draw suspicion and danger. Gray area compromises. To protect loved ones or avoid conflict, the reformed sometimes tolerate omissions, small favors, or shared time choices that can erode progress if unchecked. Filing a police report and attracting old attention. A simple act can be visible. When a reformed person files a police report, whether as a victim, witness, or complainant, it can send signals back into old networks. Reports can be noticed by mutual acquaintances, local gossip, or even people who still work the same streets and jobs. Why this draws attention? Reporting can be seen as breaking an old code of silence, showing vulnerability, or signaling cooperation with authorities. For some associates, that makes the reporter a liability or an opportunity. Real risks and reactions. Reactions range from increased surveillance and warnings to direct intimidation or offers of protection that carry strings. Sometimes old associates try to recruit the reformed back by reminding them of past loyalties or using favors and threats. Practical precautions. When reporting is necessary, doing so with a safety plan matters. Tell trusted people only, use victim services or a caseworker when available, secure lodging and communications, and document threats. Reporting should not be discouraged when it protects others or enforces rights, but it should be done with awareness of potential reverberations and with safeguards in place. Community responses and when letting go is healthy. Why some choose tolerance. Families and neighbors sometimes prioritize current behavior and stability over policing every association. Letting go can protect healing and reduce conflict. Where acceptance becomes enabling. Ignoring active criminal behavior or threats is dangerous. Support should not become cover for ongoing harm. Boundary-based support. Healthy reintegration mixes compassion with firm, limits clear rules about where criminal behavior is not tolerated and what actions will trigger consequences. Practical steps to sustain change. Set explicit boundaries. Name what's off-limits in relationships and interactions, and enforce consequences consistently. Build supportive scaffolding. Mentors, peer support groups, steady employment, and therapy reduce isolation and temptation. Have safety and contingency plans. Prepare for intimidation, recruitment attempts, or financial pressure with emergency contacts and safe places. Validate progress while staying accountable. Acknowledge the hard work of reform without pretending the past never happened. Both recognition and ongoing responsibility help keep change durable. Concluding note, reform is fragile and brave. The safest and most humane path for everyone combines respect for the person's hard-earned change with sober safeguards for communities and victims.